Hello again, viewers, and greetings, fellow space travelers, and welcome back to another lovely day on the Refuge. Wolf pants. Are you wearing wolf pants? That's funny, wolf pants. I need to do something with that. We are back here at my Refugee to Regent area on the server because, well, I want to get started on one of numerous projects, not the least of which being that I have found that since the 2014 download I did of everything on the Refugee to Region Challenge, there have been some minor updates and progressions. Some updates include stuff involving some of the more recent versions of Minecraft, and so they don't really apply to me, but there are some new concepts and some new ideas and some new tasks that I want to maybe try to implement. I do like the original list, but it does sort of have maybe not maybe not a conflict, but it does have some shuffling around and it changes some of the methods used for approaching the challenge. But that's all right. Uh, we are. Oh, I don't have food in my hot bar, and I'm down some food. So we are on this server. We are not required to do the Refugee to Region challenge. Obviously, I am just doing it because I like the challenge. I like to do the city building. It's a slow process, but it's something fun to do, and I like to do different themes and things. As you can see, I've got a weird theme here because of the area. Definitely going to have a weird one there and everywhere else. But I am eager to start working on my. Oh, right. No elytra. Forgot. Not creative. Been doing some creative stuff earlier. And now not creative. Okay. Well, one of the things that I wanted to work on was, I believe I had mentioned in a previous video, the walls that I'm going to be putting in, I think roughly about here. I do want it to sort of start at the margin, probably in line with right here actually, because that's the part that sticks out the most. Oh, falling off of that, that reminds me. I'm probably, because now to get back up I either have to, well, type home, or I had to go all the way over there and climb up the stairs, go across that bridge, and then go home. So maybe I might make a sort of another route down so I don't have to keep going all the way over there, but we'll see. So this town has the acacia motif, acacia and a little bit of birch for highlights. And while I do greatly enjoy the colors of those, they are sort of a little bit limited, and also we're on the stone stage now. So wait, why do I have oak slab? Where did you come from? We're on the stone stage now. Well, I'm on the stone stage now, and so having access to being able to build with stones and stone products, which I guess technically sandstone is a stone, which is why I wanted to wait to use it. I want to expand and do a little bit of building with sandstone. So, and also some other stuff. We'll see. I want to put the pallet down. Oh, right. Chairs. Got it. Shift in place. Anyway, I have the birch and the acacia over here. And now we are going to expand into some sandstone, which is the stone version of birch, in my opinion. And then I don't want to go full on red, but I do like the orange of the hardened clay. So we've got sandstone and we've got a desert. We've got clay and we've got rivers and swamps and I think lakes up that way. So I need to actually get a bunch more clay if I'm going to be able to make any progress on building. What I need to do is get an enormous amount of both sand and clay if I'm going to be able to put in even a modest wall, because all I've got to work with are stone tools, stone shovels and picks, and they go through real fast. So I'm going to run out of materials really quick. I need to, well, I need to expand the road, or extend the road down this way, and probably down that way, because there's going to be the farmhouses. I'll need to put a farmhouse there, and there, and two here. The inn is going to go down here where the creeper is. There's bunches of things that need to no Elytra. Bunches of things that need to happen. Who all is on? Oh, just two. When I say just two, that's fairly busy. Oh, by the way, I will mention I am going to be including the option for patrons to be able to join me on here and play with the rest of us, and maybe even get some of your stuff on the videos. Wouldn't that be nice? Uh, I am also going to, if I'm talking about that, I might as well I'll go in here and do a little other self-promotion. No harm. I have, ooh, that doesn't all fit on the screen. Not that close anyway. I have two books published on Amazon. I'll put the links in the description, as well as the link to the Patreon. I have the novel here, My Father's Son sci-fi novel on a world of clones, where there's well, you'll just have to read it to find out what's going on. And I have Vacancy on Samson Lane, and that is ebook only. My Father's Son is ebook and paperback. If you wish to support me and my efforts here, it is greatly appreciated. I have I will be including either at the beginning or the end of this video, I haven't decided which, a brief little card listing so far the couple of Patreon supporters. Anyway, I am going to be wanting to get some different extra ideas for buildings, because I was, when I've done this challenge in the past, I've always had these limitations of I don't know what to build, and it's occurred to me I could build some of the types of things that are on games like SimCity and City Skylines, and there's others, I can't remember them off the top of my head right now, but there are buildings like factories and other businesses and commercial things that I can eventually lean towards for building ideas, and I want to expand my my building list to include things like those. So I'm going to be probably getting some ideas from those games, not necessarily lifting them directly, but getting inspiration from them for sure. So that's something to look forward to. But I need to get some resources, and I don't think I want to time lapse the digging of lots and lots of clay and sand. So I'm going to get to work on that, and then I will be back to build the walls, which I may have walls come out on either side there, blocking off access from the outside. We'll see, but for the most part it's just going to be walls going out of town over there, heading towards the desert, which will be a future city, and then over here to the north, blocking off access between the desert here and the savannah where I currently have set up residence. I have the block palette. I need to get lots of granite, lots of clay, and lots of sand. So, oh, and that also reminds me, I need to most certainly get plenty of orange dye. Oh, and I think the reason why I got multiple drops from the flowers is because My herbalism is level 533. Holy cow. Uh, Double drop chance, 53%, so I got lucky. Nice. I was looking for the glass. I started making some glass. And I'm going to need lots of it in orange so that I can start making windows and things. Because while the acacia is nice, oh, I can repurpose all this old acacia for the walls. While the acacia is nice, I want the orange of the windows. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I'm going to get back to work on digging. I will probably go through and replace all the windows in town with some orange glass, and then I will be right back. Okay, there we go. That is what it looks like without the fences in the windows. It looks a lot better. Now you can see the heads staring out, calling from beyond the grave, saying, please release us. But that's not going to happen. Anyway, I remembered the trick. If you take one of these two talls here, let me go get some bone meal. And I don't know if this is going to still be a thing in later versions. I honestly don't play much of later versions of Minecraft. If you'd like to see me play, you could message. But if I'm going to be playing Minecraft, it's either going to be on here or there's going to be a mod pack with an objective of some sort. So I probably will be avoiding the more recent and most recent versions of Minecraft without some sort of prompting. But anyway, as I was going to say, if you have a too tall plant like this rosebush thing here, and you right click it with bone meal, you just get a whole free plant. It's just there. Now I can do it to both of them. It doesn't work on the short ones, just on the tall ones. So I can't remember the names of the tall ones. Are the peonies double tall? I don't have a peony, so it doesn't matter. Anyway, yeah, there's the windows. All orange glass, all set up, and I've done it for all 5 elder houses. I've done it for all of the houses and buildings down there, even the very few windows in the restaurant cafeteria thing. I still need to give myself that easier method to get from up here down there, but I know what I can do. There's no harm in this for showing off. What I have done is laid out where the walls are going to go, and I'm going to bring this one all the way out to here, and I'll just probably modify this so it's all sand, so I'm not breaking the rules of no touching the ground in here. I'm just going to pretend that this part is still sand and that the tainted yuck starts over there. Put some of this back to grass. On the other side of town, I have a wall that terminates out by the water. Well, I'm probably going to do some sort of tower thing. I might replicate this. You know what? I might replicate this, only slightly modified. There's going to be one over here, and then a little bit of wall going a little bit past that side. Over this way, I've decided that the wall is just going to come straight out from here and connect all the way over to here, which means the little trick that I've done with the barrier blocks here, I'm going to have to bring some wall down. I'll just replace the barriers. And then I have a short wall coming out to there from here. That way everything inside the town proper is walled in. Now the wall only needs to be 2 wide and 4 tall for the stage, and I don't think it needs to be spider proof, but I'm probably going to do, here's what I have in mind, something roughly like this, and then I'll grab some of that and let's make it day. Mm-hmm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then go like this. And then this guy here. And well, I suppose the rest of it can just be this. And then with a little bit of the oh, I thought that was the oh, a little bit of this inverted stairs going on here, like that. Something like this. And then the top is going to probably, let's think about this. Let's have a plan in place. It's going to be, well, 2 wide, so this is going to be 4 wide. Then from here, there's going to be, oh, well, that's going to need to go through. And then on either side of this, do something like this. Have it wide enough to walk across without having to be crammed in between a one wide little gap. Have the ability to not need to worry about falling off. So there's a railing. Uh, but I'm going to do something like this, and I was thinking having a what do I want? Does that look good? Does that look good enough? I know I don't want to have another one of those. No, I don't. And the rough granite, actually that doesn't look too bad, having the rough granite there. It gives it a little bit of, I guess, depth. Huh. Maybe I'll do that. Oh, right. That makes this obsolete. I'll do that. I'll just make this whole top layer be the chiseled. I guess it ultimately doesn't really matter. It's the same resources, it's just another step. Yeah, that doesn't look bad. I want to represent the 3 kinds of sandstone whole blocks here. I want to have the little color, but this extra cracked texture sort of complements the vertical grooves of the bark inside the acacia in my eye. I think I found what I'm gonna do. I think I have a sound design. I won't be using the birch. Let's get rid of that. Oh, that was legitimately obtained. You know what? Oh well. I I like it. It works. It works well enough. So I'm going to be doing that and variations of that on all 4 of the wall segments. There's going to be a gap for coming in and out of the town with some sort of doorway thing, and the other door is going to be right about here. As far as the towers are concerned, let's think about this. I do want to have glowstone blocks on the top of the wall. Maybe directly above each of the pillars have a glowstone, the acacia pillars. And then maybe I will just outright copy this. Maybe not the top, just this part, and then have a smaller embellishment at the top of this, because I do need to end cap the wall segments. You know what? I'll figure that out when I get to it. For now, I'm going to move this section here somewhere else, and then I'm going to do the walls. I'll be right back. Alright, so after having slept the night away, I am ready to show you the progress on the wall. It took a lot more time to make than I had anticipated, especially because it took a lot more resources to make just that little bit right there than I figured it was going to. So instead of including the time lapse, which would have just been a whole bunch of me fiddling around very slowly, even in the time lapse, it was such a slow crawl all the way up until I got to the top 2 or 3 layers. So I'm not going to bore you with the almost meaningless and nothing time lapse. Instead, I'll just show you the end result. So let's just go down here and not walk off the edge, because I have also done something else. I set aside an area as the preliminary location for access to get down below. I've made it so it's less likely for mobs to come up here. I'll deal with it as I need to, but yeah, I have a more direct route down here. Now, if I'm coming over that way, that's more direct. If I'm going over here, it just saves me walking over there and then coming down, so it's not a huge discount in time, but it's something. And now I don't have to worry about having to go all the way up there and all the way over if I'm doing something over that way. So let's go look at this wall. It is obviously the same wall that I just did the layout for over there. What I've decided is for the parts that are going to not line up with the ground under the stairs, I'm having more acacia planks, just the whole planks. And then for the parts that go up, well, let's, I could just fly. Let's go up here and look. Eventually this is going to have a walkway. As a matter of fact, I'm going to connect it so that from here there's access to come up and over, but for the time being I have it capped off with some fence. It has smooth stairs going all the way up and down, no having to jump up and down blocks. It's capped off here until I get a tower design that I'm happy with. I was messing with some similar designs, and it's the problem I'm having is this is it's an even width, and this is an odd width. So what I was contemplating was expanding it one in each direction. That way this could match up to be an even width. We'll see. Might if I do that though, that would look funny. So maybe I'll compensate by making this an even width design, but just have a one wide ladder going up, and we'll see. We'll figure it out. But I like the addition of the sandstone. It really brings out color. It's way more than just simply the birch. Like in here, I do like it. It is convenient living next to a desert, although I didn't want to really destroy this desert. I did do a little sand digging over here because this is where the road's going to go through to the settlement that's going to be residing in this way. I believe I'm going to be putting it such that it is going to include and thereby protect this area. I don't know if there are any villagers left here. There are green circles. Yeah, there are villagers. They're still alive. That's uncanny. I have to make sure I don't stick around in that area long enough for them to get eaten by zombies. Oh, good, I'm heading the right way. But yeah, that actually looks pretty nice coming in from the outside. I'm happy with the way it turned out. It's technically too wide plus supports. I mean, it needs to be a minimum of 2 wide, so I've got that covered. It needs to be a minimum of 4 tall. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a slab. That's 4 tall. So no matter what, this has extra height on the bottom because I didn't want to sink it in. I wanted the wall pattern. There's a helicopter going over. I wanted the wall pattern to be clear and visible evenly on both sides, so I had to adjust the height to compensate for the slope on one side versus the other. But yeah, this is the wall. It is this part of it anyway is done. I'm happy with the way it's turned out, and now that I've been building it, I have a little bit more experience with how I'm going to be managing the slope portions like these here. When I get to the extreme slopes, I might have to do something else, but I can always do sandstone stairs instead of the slab, so it might compensate on its own. We'll see. But this has been a somewhat productive day. A lot of it went into me doing some digging and some tree chopping and a little bit of planning. Okay, a little bit more planning. I I am happy with the location that I picked here. I don't think there's really a way for me to have made it look like it was more natural. I mean, it goes right into this already existing dip into the area. It doesn't line up with this. This is the old dirt stage area. What I will probably do is just use this building location here as a sort of in-between house or structure, like a barricade, and maybe even have a guard down here. What I will... Ooh, now there's a thought. Hey, I could do that. Uh, right here, since it is going to be able to go off on both sides, after this height, I'm going to have it just be a one-wide stairway. What I could do is right here in this building, or at least in this building's location, have it step back 1 or 2 blocks before it continues up. That way there's access, easy access to just step off of the platform and go up here the rest of the way. And then that could work because I am going to need to have servants' quarters for the maid and the gardener and all that. And down here is an ideal place for it. I can just repurpose this area, well, except that, repurpose this area for the maids. Yeah, that could work. Yeah, this is going to actually help me with some of the other things I need to do for this stage of the challenge. But the rest of my day is going to have to be spent with setting up for doing some streaming. And based on the results of the vote that I put on the community page, it seems like I'm going to be doing modded Skyrim, and I have some big ideas for that, and I have had to do some fiddling around to make sure that everything's up to date and everything works with each other. I am getting some errors and all that, but I think what I'm going to do for the first stream is go over what mods and what the plan is for the streaming for the modded Minecraft, and find out if I can save the files to my YouTube, save the video as a whole stream, or if I'm going to also have to record. We'll figure that out on the fly. We'll also be figuring out if I even can successfully and reasonably stream. It might turn out to be just a couple frames a second and awful to watch. So if that's the case, then maybe I won't keep streaming. Someone, I think, is doing a leaf blower. That's great. But I have had this video go on long enough. I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Thank you very much for watching. If you have any questions, comments, or suggestions, leave them in the comment section below. And also, if you are not already, go ahead and subscribe so you know when my future stuff comes out. I do have a Patreon, and I will be putting in a card for the Patreon supporters that I have thus far as thanks. And also, if you join the Patreon, you uh, if you wish, may have access to this server here and to my Discord. Oh, it is daytime. As well as access to participating in some of the future projects, whether they are my books and stories or projects on games like this. You may be able to involve yourself. But also, do check out my books I have published. 2 books thus far, and there's more on the way. I will leave the links to those in the description below. One of them proudly on display right here on the wall. My Father's Son. The other one is Vacancy on Samson Lane. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. This video is long enough. Thank you very much for watching. I will talk to you later.